Hey Rose, want to grab a drink?
Your happiest hour of the week starts now.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy because the drinks are on us. Welcome back to Drinks on Us. I'm Riley.
And I'm Rose. We're so happy you joined us for happy hour. We are back for another episode. Today, we are going to be chit-chatting about what the best qualities are in a true good friend. We asked you guys over on our Instagram, and we thought the submissions were so fun and that we thought it would be a really good main segment. So we're going to dive into that. So that's what you can expect from our main segment. But we have some hot topics that we want to chat about. Well, I really want to chat about. So before we get into it, let's sip and spill on a few things. What do you have in your cup though tonight, Rye?
Okay, wait, can you see my cup in the video? I feel like it's going to blow your socks off. It's so random. Tonight,
beer?
I'm clanking it.
Right.
It's a Topo Chico.
I thought it was a beer.
I didn't know if you could see it or not. It's a twist of lime flavored Topo Chico. And like, I haven't had this in a while. It's so good, but I'm not going to be drinking it a lot while we're filming because like it's so carbonated. I already burped like 5 times in the mic.
It's so spicy. Can you give us a little glass ASMR?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I mostly like it because of the bottle, honestly.
Okay, me too. Bring back glass bottles. Like, I love when I go to a restaurant and they have the old vintage Coke bottles. I'm like, I don't even love Coke, but give me one.
No, a crispy Diet Coke in a glass bottle. There's nothing like it. Like, it tastes different.
It does. And can we just take a second that used to be the norm? And now we're in these silver ratchy things.
Yeah, like we're so ratchet now. What happened?
We're so ratchet. We're literally cutting corners wherever we can.
Well, what's in your cup?
Oh, mine is just, I can do this too. Mine's just my greens. I've had a busy, wild few days, so I have minimal effort. This actually is already half drank. Riley can only see it. So we can just focus on your Topo Chico. But I did want to say in Austin, Texas, because that's where Topo Chicos are from.
Oh,
right.
I don't know. It says Mexico on here, but
whoops. I swear there's something about them that's associated with Texas, or maybe it's just ranch waters.
Probably.
Anyways, I've had a ranch water out of that before.
What, like the tequila was in here?
Yeah.
That is such a slay. Anything in this bottle, slay.
I salted like the top of it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yum. We need to take another trip to Austin. Remember the dead fly in your drink at the bar?
How could I ever forget? I'll also never, ever forget that drink from, what was that place called? Abba.
So good.
Pumpkin hummus or two.
That was like my favorite meal and favorite cocktail ever.
I know. We were all just like so buzzed and like not a care in the world. And we were just eating so good and the best margs. Oh, those are some of the best memories.
I know.
But we're going to reunite in a couple weeks.
Yes. So soon. I did not realize how soon I'm going to see you.
I know. I need to like get my outfits together.
I know. I feel like once it hits July, like we were waiting for it to be summer. Once it's finally summer, time truly flies.
Yeah. So why don't you fill me in on your weekend, but also on your holiday weekend next week? And maybe you can tell the crew about our scheduling.
Yes. So next week I will be on a family vacation. So there will be no new episode next week. Actually, our editor is getting married. So
shout out JT.
Shout out JT. So Dew is going to be off next week and we'll be back the week after. So hopefully this will carry you through the holiday week. We've got Patreon. I have my 2nd June video will be uploaded by the end of June. I'm doing like a pack with me for a vacation video.
Cute.
So obviously I'm still packing and figuring it out. So it'll be up last minute, but it'll be up.
I'm so excited for you. So you leave when?
I'm leaving Friday for a bachelorette party, and then Kate's picking me up from the bachelorette party, and we're driving to the beach Sunday.
What a vibe. Not having to drive or think about life the Sunday of a bachelorette is such a life hack.
I know. Well, yeah, he's got to drive 3 hours to pick me up. So I feel like I'm going to probably have to help a little bit with the driving to the beach, but that's okay.
How long will the beach drive be?
Like 5 hours.
Okay. Kind of not a slave for Cade, but a slave for you. 5 hours. Like you'll be...
Wait.
What?
It's so funny you say that because whenever we were figuring out logistics, I was like, okay, so you'll pick me up at the lake and it's like 5 hours. And I was like, then we'll drive to the beach. And I was like, wait, how far is it? He's like 5 hours. I'm like, oh, not bad. And he's like, yeah, well, I have to be in the car for 8.
Wait, you should do that one reel or that one TikTok. It's like, oh, that's not bad. Do you know what I mean?
That is exactly like, that's like the conversation that we had naturally. It was so funny. I was like, oh, sorry.
I feel like when I come back from a trip, it takes 2 hours to like catch Ryan up on the weekend. So half of your drive to the beach will just be catching up on each other's weekend. So that's
it'll be
honestly a life hack.
The debrief for sure.
The debrief. So you're heading to the lake Friday.
Deep Creek.
Wow, you're hitting up all your favorite spots.
I know. We've had so many fun memories at Deep Creek.
I know. I'm just so jealous. Like you're going to Deep Creek, then Bethany. Like talk about a high.
I know. The top 2. The rest of my summer will be downhill from there. How can you get better?
No.
Wait, I need to tell you about the tornado warning.
Riley, I forgot because I was just telling you offline that I didn't get to snap you back. The story had me spinning out when you said, open it. Can we go in? Tell everyone, please.
Okay, I'm going to like make it short because it's such a long story. But basically, there was a tornado warning here in Ohio last week, and it was the day I was getting my hair done. And my hair took 5 hours because the girl double booked and the assistant was out sick. So it just took forever. So I was already like just wanting to be home so bad. You know, when after you get your hair done, you're like starving, your phone's dying. Worst time. So it's 9:30 at night. I'm just leaving the hair salon. Cade calls me and he's like, there's a tornado warning. Just like, be careful. I'm like, okay, well, can you stay on the phone with me? I'm like scared. The salon's like far away. It's like just under an hour. So I'm driving. It's raining. Cade's on the phone. He's watching the radar on the TV, like giving me updates. He's like, you're not going to hit it. Like you're driving like alongside it. It's going to be fine. I'm like, okay, are you sure? So the rain is like gradually getting worse. And suddenly Cade's like, you need to pull off right now. You're about to drive literally right through the tornado. So I'm obviously freaking out. At this point, it's 9:45. I pull into this plaza. Nothing's open. So I'm sitting in my car. It's sideways raining. The wind, I'm like, my car's going to tip over. The tornado sirens start going off overhead. I'm like,
sound in the world.
It's so scary. That is what scared me the most. It felt like the world was ending. I'm in this parking lot. I see in the distance a light on in a business. I'm like, oh, I think that's a Subway. So I book it over there in my car. I get out and run in. It's a Pizza Hut. I run in. I'm outside for 1 second. My hair is drenched. Like this poor woman had styled my hair and it's completely just gone. I'm in a tornado. I go into the Pizza Hut. There's a DoorDash driver and 2 workers. And I'm like, hi, can I take shelter in here? And the woman was like, yes, if we need to, the safest place, or she was like, the only safe place in here is the freezer. I'm like, perfect.
Who
so
in
Kate's
the
still
with the muffins in the free. You should have filmed it with the crew.
No, I almost thought about like taking my phone out and taking a video for the memes, but I was too panicked. The sirens were going off. I thought it was the end for me. And the DoorDash driver was like, we can't be near the window. Cade's still on the phone. He's watching the radar. He's like, it's right over you right now. So tensions are high. I'm like, ma'am, can we get in the freezer now? I like just wanted to feel safe so bad. I wanted to get in the Pizza Hut freezer. And she was like, I don't think we're allowed to like bring you guys behind the counter. So it was a whole thing. I was freaking out. And luckily, obviously, everything was fine. I just like waited in there for 10 minutes. But it was so crazy.
Is that your first tornado experience?
No, we used to get them sometimes in Pittsburgh and we would just like go in the basement. But like the fact that I was out on the road, I was then scared a tree was because the wind was going crazy. I was like, is a tree going to fall on my car? Just so many emotions happening.
That is so scary. And just like the Pizza Hut of it all is just so hilarious to me, despite it being like, it actually is really scary. But like, the DoorDash guy being in there with you guys is just what an experience. So did you ever find out, like, did the tornado touch ground somewhere near you?
It never touched ground. It was just like a warning. It was a tornado warning, which I don't know if tornado watch and tornado warning, like what the difference is. Like, I don't know which one's worse.
I don't either, but we are so glad that everything worked out. And it's so funny because your little hair reel TikTok was like so cute and no one had a damn clue what happened after.
Oh my gosh, you're right. I'm so glad I got the after of my hair because it looked so good for 10 minutes until I had to run into a tornado. And yeah, the characters in Pizza Hut, like I kind of miss them. They were like,
you should check on them.
Yeah, I should check on them. We trauma bonded. It was crazy. I kind of wish I took a slice for the road.
You should have. Like, when is the last time you ate Pizza Hut? I mean, you had to have been so scared because that seems like the last thing you would do is want to step foot in the Pizza Hut freezer.
No, Rose, I was like begging this woman for us to get in the freezer. And it was so funny. The guy was like, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're open. Like, there was nothing else. And the guy was like, yeah, well, Domino's closes at 9. We're open till 11. Like, they just wanted to go home so bad. It was quite the journey.
Dead. Like, seriously, I honestly didn't know Pizza Hut was still in business.
Yeah, it's still kicking. Does anyone? Yeah, like, I feel like it's not a go-to. It's like a last resort.
Right? Like, it used to be. Like, in our, like, elementary days, I feel like Pizza Hut was, like, the place.
Why do we always go and, like, eat in the, like, sit down in the Pizza Hut?
I see the vintage light. Like, I see the light in my vision so crystal clear. Was it all that? Like, was it a full-blown restaurant?
Yeah, like, it was like a sit-down place. Like, we're going to Pizza Hut for dinner. What?
The one you went to?
Oh, no. Sorry. Not this one. I'm thinking about when we were kids and we were sitting down.
Yeah.
We were dining in.
Yeah. That was a 5-star experience for me. But this one was just like takeout vibes.
Yeah. This one was like a grab and go.
Okay.
The DoorDasher was, he like wanted to get out of there because he wanted to get his people the pizza like quickly, but it was not safe to leave.
No. Did you leave at the same time as the Dasher?
No, the Dasher left before me. I was like, good luck out there. And Cade was on the phone. He's like, are you making friends? I'm like, yeah.
That had to be scary for Cade too. He's like tracking it. He's like, all right, don't freak out. Don't freak out. All right, you absolutely need to pull over.
Yeah, that's exactly how it went. Like, he was trying to be calm for me. And then he was like, actually, yikes.
We used to get warnings all the time in Louisville. And it got to the point where it was almost like the boy who cried wolf. Like, I almost was like, never, like nothing ever happens and like everything's so dramatic. And like, I don't say that lightly because I know it affects certain people like so fast, but I'm like, another one went off and I'm cooking dinner, you know, just like doing my measly thing. And I'm like the worry wart of the two of like me and Ryan. And I'm just like cooking and Ryan's like, so when you finish dinner, we're actually going to take it and eat it under the stairs. And I said, oh, hell, this is serious. Because like, if he's saying that, like, that means that some shit's going to hit the fan. And that was our only place in our Louisville house. We were like crammed under, and I definitely don't miss that. I mean, I traded it for hurricanes, but natural disasters are freaky.
Yeah, I feel like anywhere you go, it's either a hurricane or a tornado or like there's always something. Mm-hmm. But I do remember when you were in Louisville, you didn't have like they don't have basements there, so it's like where do you go?
Mm-hmm. Well, mine didn't.
I feel like most don't. Like it's not common there
in Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
Is it not?
I don't know why. Maybe I made that up.
I think you're thinking of Florida, and that's because I'm so sad I'll never have a basement.
Maybe I'm confused.
I love Rye's basement. I'm always like, send me your basement.
Yeah.
I love your basement. So any other highlights from your weekend?
No, that was not even the weekend, but that was what I wanted to debrief with you on the pod. I want to hear about your big week with Ruthie, the girls' weekend.
Yeah, so I forget. I think we talked about it on the pod last week, but if you missed last week's episode, my sister, who has a 5-month-old.
Oh my gosh, how has it been 5 months?
I know. I know, because the last time I saw her was a week or so before I gave birth to Shiloh. And so when I saw Ruthie the first time and met her, that's like the age Shiloh is now. Isn't that weird?
Gosh.
Yeah. Because she's like
Wait,
double the age of Shiloh, because Shiloh's 2.5, almost 3 months old. So anyways, my sister, and my niece, not her niece, came and they met Shiloh and hung with us. And it was so fun. I mean, obviously you can't really like do a whole bunch, but we did what we could and just like got to hang out and have the babies together. So it was really nice. My parents came up, my mom came up a couple times. And it was so nice, and obviously so sad, because it's just like you wish you could do those like mundane things so much more often. But when you live far apart, that's kind of the reality, But it was so great.
I'm so glad that you guys made it work. How did Gracie say it was traveling with a 5-month-old?
She traveled so much with Nash because of all of our weddings and the bachelor, like all that kind of stuff.
Wait, how old was Nash at your wedding? He was like just a little nugget.
3 months.
That's crazy.
Wait. Yeah, like 3.5 months.
That's so wild.
Yeah, she was like, she's seasoned with it, but she was just like telling me it kind of like depends on the flight attendant. But she was giving me like some tips and tricks, because like I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, I get to see Riley in a couple weeks because one of our best friends, Kayla, is getting married, and Shy is coming along for the journey. So I'm ripping the Band-Aid off too. So she said, you kind of just have to roll with the punches. Like, it's not going to be perfect. I'm just like a little bit nervous, but it'll be good.
Of course you're nervous, because that's a normal thing to like feel before something like that. But everyone is so understanding when you have a baby. Like, no one is going to be expecting Shiloh to be absolutely perfect. Like, she's a baby.
I know. You just know how people are on planes. Like, I just hope, like, if you see the baby, just like only sit by us if you're up for the challenge,
Of course. What is your flight? Is it Southwest?
Southwest, but we wanted Durex, and you have to like work around the wedding times and obviously what your airport has. So the times like aren't amazing, but like we're just going to make, like, you just got to make it work,
And you will. And your parents will be there too, right?
Not for the flight, but they're going to be in Pittsburgh. Yes.
That's so amazing.
Yeah, I actually just called the hotel we're staying at today and like requested a crib and a fridge, and like
That's so crazy.
Yeah, that I'm like, I gotta get it all together. It's like a lot more planning than just me, myself, and I.
It's so crazy how different it is in the best way. Like, so many more logistics.
Yes, yeah, and we love the logistics, right?
We do thrive on logistics. You're going to thrive.
We'll see. But one thing I did do, okay, so when my sister was here, she started talking about the Karen Reed documentary. And then, ironically, in Riley and I's best friend from home group chat, everyone starts popping off about Karen Reed. And I'm like, telling my sister, she's like, you need to watch it. And then, of course, it was popping off because the verdict came through. So unfortunately, I saw the verdict. It didn't ruin it by any means, but then I went back and watched like whatever the 5 or 6 episodes, and I have been dying to debrief with you.
I need to know your every thought.
I first have a question, and I'm not sure if you know the answer. Was this part 2 filmed for the documentary as well?
I don't know. I hope so.
I hope so too, because of course, Ryan, Mr. like everything financial, he's like, how is she affording this most high end lawyer? And like, can you even imagine like the retainer, let alone the hourly? And he starts researching, of course. And he's saying like, I guess the fans of hers like donated over $1 million to help her pay. Did you read all this?
No, I didn't know that, but I actually heard something that might not be true. I heard that he did it for her for free because of like the publicity.
That could very well be the case. I was thinking, and I did not read this anywhere, but I was thinking like, is the profits, is that why she did the documentary? So like the profits of the show would go to him, and like, you know, she's not making anything from it, but like she's keeping her freedom.
Yeah. I mean, surely even if he did do it for free or a discount, like there's other fees, like, and that's crazy. They raised $1 million. I didn't know that.
The fans, psycho.
Isn't it crazy? They were like picketing in the
I
documentary.
could not believe that people were that invested. However, I believe the like magnitude of it all was like because people were like fed up with the corruption, or not the corruption. Like you were on like what they kept saying, you're on one side. Like there was no middle ground. You either were like 100% convicted either way. And ultimately, I do not think she did it.
Same.
Like she was just way too sure of herself and like so matter of fact. Like she wasn't hiding from like saying certain things, or like she would even be like, did I say, like, I just think about she had pure panic in her voice in those videos where she's like running back and forth. And I'm not saying like someone who's capable of like killing someone can't like put on a front, but like even her saying, even if she did say like, did I hit him? Like, I feel like that's a natural human fear, like what is going on reaction. However, why was that not caught on video one time?
And that's like what they were hanging on the whole thing.
Yes. That's like all their picketers like did I hit him? Did I hit him? I'm like, you guys don't even know she said that.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I feel like on the surface, it's like, oh yeah, it looks like she hit her boyfriend. They were in a fight or whatever. But when you start digging deeper, there are so many things that add up on the other side where it's like, if they have nothing to do with this, why are they acting so shady?
So shady. And I cannot believe that nobody else, like, is this going to go to another trial where someone else is going to be like, what, I don't know all the correct terminology, but I can't believe Karen Reed is the only suspect. Like, how in the world could someone be found dead 30 feet outside someone's house and they're not a suspect?
And this house isn't even searched.
Not even searched. And they get rid of the dog and the phone. And I'm like, they're looking past all these wild, wild things. And she has like a few things that through the documentary, I'm like 100% she didn't do it. And then I'll hear something. I'm like, oh, well, shit. But like they were so minute compared to the things that was going on the other end. And then you go on TikTok after it and there's all these theories and you find out like more. And of course, we don't know what's true, what's not. But like, what is your like consensus? Because we could sit here for the next hour and just talk about the Karen Reed of it all. But like, what would you wrap it up to? Like someone who watches, like, what do you think happened?
Okay, I'm the same as you. I was kind of going back and forth at first, but now I'm like, I really feel like she didn't do it. I think that the friends, in quotation, they're not her friends. They were acting a fool. I think that they are covering up, like that maybe they killed him on accident. Maybe there was a fight, like something in that house happened. And I think that everyone's covering it up. What about you?
That's what I agree as well. Like the cocktail glass of it all, the shoe and like all that after the fact, and like the snowplow driver, like all these things. And then I even saw like a CGI type of video made where they were trying to say, oh, they like reenacted what the trial said about how she was hit or how she would have hit him. And it's the most unrealistic thing of like how he like landed there. And like, anyways, I have the same theory as you. Like, I definitely think something happened. My question is like when they invited them back over to the house after the bar, do you think it was planned and that's why it was like eerie? Or like, were they going to kill her and him? Or was it an accident and then they panicked and like hit it?
That's such a good question. I don't know. I feel like in Karen's gut, she knew something was off. Because remember, she was like, can you go in there? Just like make sure we're welcomed. Like, I'm not feeling it. Like, I feel like she knew the vibes were off.
I know. So I'm like, what if she went in with him? Like, what if she didn't? And also, I know like the drunk of it all, like it throws a wrench into it, but I'm like, she was clearly coherent enough to like catch a vibe and be like, you know, like if you're so in the vibe of the night, I don't think you'd stop to think something feels a little weird. Like go check on it.
Right. Like, can you imagine, like, she's probably thinking this to herself every day. Like, what if I just went in there with him? Like, would this have even happened?
It's so crazy. And you can clearly tell in the documentary that his mom, John O'Keefe's mom, thinks she did it.
Yeah. And like that one friend, he like hates her.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, I know exactly who you're talking about. And the like redhead girl. Like, I feel like it's like her long lost love.
Yes. They all think Karen did it. And it's like, okay. But then when you start digging deeper, surely they have to see like the suspicious side of it all.
Yes. The proctor of it all with like, anyways, I would love for the Dude Crew, if you watch, maybe we'll put like a question box. I just love hearing people's theories on it. Really, really good documentary. And I wish there was more. I just wanted more.
I think if they're smart, they would have filmed this, like what just happened, for another documentary. So fingers crossed that comes out.
When did this come out? This one? Recent?
I don't know. I think it was recent. I feel like they were saying 2024 in the thing.
Well, the original trial was 2024. So you think it came out last year? Because I'm like, for the new trial, like, do you have to like not have known anything about the trial?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure as a jury member, like you're not supposed to have like a bias already. Like, how do you, I guess I didn't know about this. Like,
neither did I.
But if you're if you're living there, clearly you know about it.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, how would you not know? It's literally taking over the world, let alone your town. I can only imagine.
Yeah, I didn't hear about this until recently when I heard about the documentary. But yeah, if you're there, like clearly it would have been so hard to find a jury.
I am just like baffled by all of it. So anyways, I was dying to get your take. If you guys haven't watched it, I know we kind of just like totally ruined some.
Oh, spoiler alert, by the way.
Whoops. It's still worth watching, honestly, because I knew the verdict and there's like a little spin in it that keeps it interesting, but it's still totally worth watching.
Yeah, really good. We'll have to debrief. I feel like we could talk about this all day, but yeah, let us know. Send your responses for what you think happened.
Yeah. But okay, enough of the Karen. Do you want to kick us off for what's in our cart?
Yes, I do. Okay, so I meant 3 things. One, I mentioned this a few episodes ago, the e.l.f. eyebrow pencil that I've been using that is literally $3. It's so good.
Can that happen to Rhode?
Yeah, can Rhode be $3, please? That would be amazing. I'm going to link it because I don't know if I'll ever spend more than $3 on an eyebrow pencil ever again.
I'm so holding you to that.
Yeah, please do.
Okay, I will.
I need to be held accountable in spending. And then, so I got it from Target. Another thing from Target that I'm going to link is this really cute, it's a white tank top with a little American flag on it. I want to wear it on the 4th of July. Another thing that was $5.
Right. Like, I saw your thing and I couldn't wait to hear where you got it because we were doing our like to know it's, and I really want to get it. I'm so happy it's cheap.
It's $5. Can you believe? Like, you can't get anything for $5.
Looks like Abercrombie or like something like way more expensive.
Target. So we'll link that. I'm going to wear that on the 4th. And then I also got this Caritas. I don't know if I'm saying that right. You know the brand I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about.
It's a hair oil. I've been putting it in my hair before bed. It smells so good, and the smell like lingers in my hair. I'm completely obsessed. And I love, it's like, it takes a while to kind of soak in. That's why I do it at night. And I do think it works.
Okay. Are we doing it on top of like your shower oil? Like do you still use Unite?
I use Unite when my hair is wet, but when I'm on nights that I don't wash my hair, I'll use this Caritas oil in my dry ends.
I love
it. What's in your cart?
Okay, so a product that I finally get to use again, way back when I stopped getting waxed. Remember, if you're new here, I never had an ingrown, got waxed, And then it started giving me ingrowns. And then when I got pregnant, I'm sure you were still able to use it. I just wasn't. But I'm using it again, and I just feel like it helped so much. And I don't have ingrowns anymore. I now just kind of do it as preventative. And I thought I would share it because it's bikini season. And I feel like it even helps with like razor bumps or just like making sure you feel like confident when you're wearing a bikini. And it's First Aid Beauty. I think that's the brand. First Aid Beauty Ingrown Pads. And they're amazing.
I'm going to get them. I love that brand.
Yeah, they have such good stuff. Just like no BS. Like there's usually not fragrance and fluff. Anyways. And then I have been so obsessed with, is the fabric called Pointel?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully you guys know what I mean if I'm saying it wrong, but I've been so obsessed with that fabric, and I've been wanting a cute set. Like, remember how I was so obsessed with the daily drills, and I was just like, I just don't want to spend a bunch of money. And so I was like, you know what? Amazon, type it in. Who would have thunk? Millie Bobby Brown has a brand. Did you know?
Had no clue.
It's called Florence by Mills or something.
Oh, you cranked it.
Wait, was that as loud as it was for you as it was for me?
It wasn't that loud for me.
I'm so sorry, you guys. I just hit my mic so hard. But anyways, Millie Bobby Brown has a brand. I believe it's called Florence by Mills. And she has such cute tank and pointel set shorts in a bunch of different colors on Amazon. I think
I'm so excited.
I think the whole set is like under $60.
Oh my gosh.
I think.
Look at us bargain shoppers.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's not as cute as like the real deal, but like, pinch a penny.
I can't wait to see it in your cart.
Yeah. So that's my cart.
Okay. Well, before we get into the main segment, I want to let you guys know that today's episode is brought to you by Just Thrive. All right, let's be real. Life moves fast. You're juggling work, family, goals, and trying to show up as your best self every day. But if your gut health is off, everything is off. Not just your digestion either. Your mood, energy, focus, it all starts in your gut. That's why we love Just Thrive Probiotic. Most probiotics never make it to your gut alive, but Just Thrive is clinically proven to arrive in your gut 100% alive and actually work. For you, that means less bloat, healthy immunity, and that steady, feel-good energy all day long. So here's our challenge. Try Just Thrive for 90 days risk-free. Feel the difference in your digestion, your energy, your sleep, and your whole life. Go to justthrive.com and use code DEW to save 20% off site-wide. Take the 90-day Just Thrive challenge today. Because when your gut thrives, you thrive. That's justthrive.com, promo code DEW. Cade's panicking because we're running low on our Just Thrive probiotics. I'm like, it's okay. I'll get us more. I'll use our code.
Oh, you guys are such a committed Just Thrive fam. I'm so proud of Cade.
No, I'm obsessed. I'm telling you, it's healed my avocado allergy.
Wait, right. I didn't know.
I went to Mexican the other day with my friend and I got a side of guac.
Shut up.
Yeah, making big moves over here.
You can add it to your salmon bowls.
Yes, I can add it back to my life.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
Yeah, but I could go on and on about the Just Thrive probiotics, but let's get into the main segment. I'm so excited to chat today. It's going to be a girly chat about friendship and what friendship means to us. We put on our Instagram a question box where you guys put in your favorite qualities about your best friends and what you look for in a friendship. And we thought that the responses were so good that we wanted to have a whole conversation about it on the pod.
Yes. So we rounded up the top qualities. And of course, we would love to hear if you didn't write in like what you think the qualities are. Maybe it's one of the ones we listed. And we're just going to chat about it. But we also are going to, at the end, say based on like our closest friends, what your maybe top three, right? You have to think of your top three qualities. Okay. The number one by far was loyalty. What did you think about that, right?
Everyone put loyalty, and it's so true. Like when I think of my friends, I think of them being so loyal. Like I could be dead wrong and my friends will have my back.
Seriously, like they're just always validating or like on your side, whether it's like with a stupid fight with your significant other or like a friend, like when we're younger and we're going through like girl fights and things like that. But knowing someone like truly has your back is such a comforting feeling, especially someone who's like not obligated to, if that makes sense, like not family or. your
Yeah,
husband.
no, like I feel like especially our group of friends, I mean, we might as well be family. It's like you have that sister bond, and that's where like the loyalty piece comes in. It's like, no matter what, they'll always be on your side.
Yes. So if you're looking to be a good friend or a better friend, make sure you are a loyal girl to them. Like just, like we don't have to explain what being loyal is,
Yeah.
Okay. The next one that was probably the most submitted after loyalty was effort. Effort. I feel like you and I feel like we're always beating a dead horse on this one, but like I am such a firm believer in effort, especially as you get older. I feel like obviously we're living in the age of adult friendships. So effort for me is just like reaching out or making something that feels inconvenient, not inconvenient because your friendship matters. And I'm not saying like every time you're able to say yes, but like just putting in the effort, texting, jumping on the phone, going on a trip, going on a girls' night when you're exhausted, etc.
No, I agree. I feel like we talk about this a lot where like as we get older, you have to like fight for your friendships. You have to make the effort. You can't just like not communicate, not check in, not do the little things that might be hard, but like you do it because it's your best friends. Yeah, I think like checking in with your friends every day, every week, every other day, it's so important. And just like it helps to know that someone's there, and like someone might not always come to you with something they're upset about or a problem, but you checking in gives them that safe space to maybe like get something off their chest that they just like needed to vent about. So checking in, making the effort is probably the most important thing you can do in this like stage of our lives.
I totally agree. And I just feel like so many of our girls' room submissions are like centered around like friendship breakups or like this and that. And like, I feel like it all accumulates a lot of the time to a lack of effort on one side. So if you're ever feeling like, I find sometimes like I think about people or like my friends and I could always do a better job. It's like, if I'm thinking about them, like just send them a text. Like, even if it's something so stupid, just like thinking of you, like, cause that can go such a long way. So effort
that's so true.
Right.
I feel like there's certain people that pop in my head that are so good at checking in. Whereas like, I need to be better about like you said, when I'm thinking of someone, just like send them a quick text.
Right. I know. So that is snaps for me. The next one I love as well. It's listening without judgment, or someone that you can be your true self around.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm coming to you and our friends like daily, like, okay, I'm saying this here because I know you guys won't judge me. Like that's always how it's just so refreshing to be able to talk to your friends candidly.
Yeah. And like knowing that they're not going to think of you a certain way, or I don't know, just like feel like you can't truly be yourself or tell someone something, even if you sound so insane sometimes saying it. It's like, you just need to have a safe place. And sometimes that it needs to be outside of your family or like your significant other. Like it's refreshing sometimes to just go to your girlfriends. Or I just think about how it's so important to know how you like feel around when you're around your true friends. It just like refills you in a different way, versus like exhausts you, if that makes sense. So when you find yourself around people that really, you're like, wow, I'm like fully my 100% authentic self, that's like rare. I feel like a lot of times people think they're friends and they don't realize that like, oh, I'm not really being myself, or I don't feel like I can be my true self because I'm going to be judged. So I think that is such a really special thing of a good friendship.
No, I agree completely. And like, there's nothing better than your friends reassuring like your feelings, or like you're totally justified in feeling that way. Like just being able to come to your friends with anything that's on your mind and not even second guessing it. That's such an important quality.
Agreed. This kind of goes off of that, but honesty. I feel like even if you're going to someone, to vent about something, but you want an opinion rather than just like a voice to listen to or like ears to listen to it. It's nice to have friends that can give you an honest piece of advice or opinion on something. And I feel like if you have a true friend, like you really do trust their opinion.
Yeah. And that goes farther than like, what outfit do you like?
Yes.
Like honesty goes so much deeper with friendship. And yeah, just having someone where you know they're not going to like give you an answer because it's what you want to hear. Like they might tell you the hard thing because they care about you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And sometimes it's hard, but then you have to be like, oh, wait, I know this person like truly cares for me and knows my heart. So I have to take some of it with some truth. Like there's clearly truth behind what they're saying or a reason they're saying it because they're honest because they care, like you said.
Right.
Comfort in silence. This is a good one.
This is such a good one. It goes back to what you were just saying. Like being friends with someone shouldn't feel exhausting. Like sometimes it's nice to just sit in the same room as your friend and like, you don't have to feel like you're constantly like having conversation or like, Rose, I feel like we sit in silence all the time.
Right? Like I love nothing more than when like we're together and we've had such a like jam-filled day. Like maybe we did a photo shoot or we went out and did lunch and all these different things. And then it's like took all these pictures and content and then like we're all showered and like in bed and we're just like on our phones looking at pics or posting or recapping our days on Instagram. And it's still just like so nice to have a friend or like company next to you, but like not feeling like the obligation to like host or talk or like hold a conversation. Like I feel like that really signals like you're really comfortable around someone.
Right. And that's not to say like someone isn't a good friend if like you can't sit in silence, because it's like you don't have that same relationship with every single friend, but like I feel like that's when you know it's special.
Yeah. It's like make yourself at home. Like I'm not even hosting you. Like you're just here, you know?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I love that one. And then someone that prioritizes you and your friendship, I feel like that kind of goes hand in hand with effort. But I feel like this one specifically kind of talks about like putting in the effort, not only just in general, but like that they care about your friendship. Like it's not just you putting in the effort or they're the ones wanting to do things, whether it's girls' night or FaceTimes or Snapchats or whatever the case may be, that is like filling the cup of your friendship.
Yeah, I see it that way. And I also see this as doing little things to make your friend's life easier wherever you can, but not doing it for like the Instagram stories or like it's doing it behind closed doors where no one is seeing it because you genuinely care about this person. You make an effort for them, whether it's like, I don't know. That's how I think of it too.
I love that. And I feel like that actually like pans more into the submissions that people said about being selfless. Like you want to be a good friend because you care about them. Like you said, you're not sending them something or like doing something for the glitz and the glam and the glory, but because like you care. Like that's like an act of like a love language, you know? And I think that goes such a far way too for obviously close friends, like distance wise, but also the far away friends. Cause it's like harder to do a lot of these things when you feel so far away from a friend physically.
Yeah, no, that's so true.
I feel like you and Blaine and like the Ochos, like just I'm thinking about all my friends. I'm like, everyone does such a good job at all of these. Like, I just feel so lucky. I feel like we all have such good friends in our lives.
I know. I feel so connected to my friends, even though I don't live like near most of them.
I know.
It's like we are talking every single day, all the time. Like I know most things about everyone's lives. And I feel like it's just because we're comfortable around each other and like we feel like we can open up and we like care. Like I want to know about everyone's day.
I know. I totally agree. And I think I'm so happy that we have the things like FaceTime and Snapchat and texting because it allows us to still kind of feel like we know the mundane versus like have like there's still so much depth to catch up on when we're in person, but like we still talk about things that I feel like would just get passed over if we didn't have the resources that we have now to like stay in touch in the minute.
No, totally. Cade can't believe we Snapchat like, yep, I'm going to the bathroom now. Like he's like, you guys say every part of your day. I'm like, and what about it?
And your point, sir?
Yeah. Like I love knowing every in and out of my friend's day.
I love those reels or like funny videos where it's like you're just like doing your life and you're just like listening to a video for 8 minutes. I'll be like, all right, here's my last one. I promise. 5 minutes later, I'm still sending a voice note. Everyone like deems me as the voice note friend too, because I'm just like yabber jabber. I'm like, oh, sorry. Let me wrap this up. This could have been done. Riley's so concise. Hers come through and it's like 17 seconds, 22. And then I send one back. It's like 4 minutes and 45 seconds.
I love it though. It's like my podcast.
Yeah, we have podcasts outside of Drinks on Us. But I love that. And I think that goes hand in hand with like you said, prioritizing your friendship and also being selfless. It's like just being a good person, I feel like, is ultimately being a good friend. But the last one that we have is accountability. So what do you interpret accountability for, like when it comes to friendship?
I would say someone who, like, you can ask them for a favor or you can ask them to do something for you and like they will drop everything and like they will be there for you. Just like someone who you know has your back. And I mean, obviously, if they're able and like willing, they would take a bullet for you. Like, you know what I mean? Like someone who you can just count on for anything. Like the thing, like you don't feel bad asking them because you would do the same thing for them.
100%. That really is, I feel like, a telltale of how close you are with someone. If you're like, I'm get like not, and again, there's different levels of friendship with everyone, but like if you can really ask your friends for something or a favor or like need them at like the most inconvenient time and like they don't make you feel like an inconvenience, I think that is like so special.
Exactly. They don't bat an eye. They're like, yes, of course.
Yes. Aw, this makes me like so thankful for my friends. Don't you agree?
I know. I loved reading through everyone's submissions. Like it's such a feel good thing to have. Like friends are so important.
They really are. And to your point too, like as I'm trying to like make friends in a new town and like figure out like what and who I want to put effort in. Cause like at this point, it's like, I'm not really interested in like having a ton of friends. Like I just want some, you know, there's like different levels. There's some social friends, but like, you know, I want to have a few true good girlfriends here. But at the same time, it's like, I still have my cup filled with my friends, even if a lot of them lived long distance. Like that's so cool.
Yeah, it really is special to like still be close with friends where you're not seeing them every day, but like you're hearing from them or, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So what would you say your top 3 are?
Oh, wait, I need to look at the list.
Okay.
On my phone so I can make I don't know. This is hard. Do you know yours yet?
I think mine definitely effort. And honestly, I loved the listening without judgment / someone you can be your true self around. Mm-hmm. And then maybe this is hard. They're all important. What would you say?
Okay. I'm trying to say different ones than you. I feel like my top one is accountability. Like I can always count on my friends, like whether it's something small or big, like I know I can count on them. Mm-hmm. And then listening without judgment for sure. Did you already say that one?
I think so. Yeah. The listening without judgment / like being able to be your true self.
Yeah. That's a huge one for me. And my last one, probably all of them. I don't know. I can't pick.
I think I decided my third would be accountability. So accountability, listening without judgment, and effort.
I'll say loyalty for my last one. So I'm a little different than you.
But all of them are amazing. Thank you guys for writing in. We didn't even know we were going to make this into a main segment, but I just loved how many people replied. And it's cool to see so many people have the same opinion on what a quality of a good friend is. So it's good reassurance for like me to be a better friend, but also I thought it was a good idea for us to chat about it for like, I don't know. I would love to listen to something where we can hold ourselves accountable to be better friends, you know?
I feel like this is such a reflection on the Do Crew community too. Like I feel like we just have this group of girls who are the best people. Like, I feel like we would be best friends with everyone who wrote in.
I know. Oh my gosh. Riley and I were thinking, this is such like a little tidbit. But like, we were like, we just want to meet the Do Crew in person, because we feel like you guys are like the coolest people. And like, we would be really good friends, to your point, Riley. Like, how can we make that happen? We need to do a happy hour in person some way, some shape, some form, some year, someday.
I know. We need to get together in person, but like where?
Where, how, like, is the Do Crew real? Like, I know like people follow us and write in and like, but then I'm like, would people come?
Yeah, like, would you guys come if we set something up? Watch us throw a party and like it's just us.
That would be so fun. But anyways, I really do feel like we have the best little crew going on here.
No, me too, for sure.
You guys inspire us to be better friends.
Yes. Oh my gosh, totally. I'm going to like, after this, I'm going to check on every one of my friends and my contacts. But speaking of the Do Crew, they need our help. Mm-hmm. And the third submission is crazy. Did you read it?
I didn't. I never read them, so I'm fresh.
I didn't know if like sometimes you do. You're going to be shook. Okay, first one. Hi, ladies. I'm taking my first trip to Italy in August with my husband, his family, and my mom is coming along too. I need all the travel tips. Even though my husband and his family have been so many times, I need all the tips regarding outfits, luggage. What did you wish you knew ahead of time? Thanks again, and congrats, Rose, on being a new mom.
Thank you.
So I feel like with TikTok and like you are going with people that already know a lot about it, I feel like you're going to be so prepared on like the, like what to expect front. But when it comes to packing, I did not feel like I forgot one thing. I felt so organized, and it's because I printed out our entire itinerary and I planned each day what I was going to wear and what Kate was going to wear. And I wrote it on the itinerary. Smart. And then I packed them accordingly in my packing cubes. So like this packing cube is Rome. This packing cube is Amalfi. So like, I feel like just being extra organized, you'll thank yourself when you're there and you won't be like stressing like, oh, what was I going to wear this day? Or where is that shirt? Another thing I did that just gave me peace of mind is I put air tags in our suitcases. I put air tags in my purse. Like nothing horrible happened, but you do hear horror stories. Kate's parents' friend, they were on a train in Italy on their honeymoon and they got pickpocketed and their wallet got stolen. Isn't that crazy?
That is so scary.
Not to scare you, but just saying like if you had an air tag and something horrible happened, at least you would know where it was.
That's so true.
So that's my advice on the packing front. Just like be extra type A, extra organized, because it'll only just like make you more relaxed when you're there. But that's so exciting. I feel like August is a great time to go.
I'm so jealous. I am just defaulting to Riley because I haven't done an overseas. And I feel like that's just like a different beast of preparation. And don't you also have like an itinerary? I know it's not the packing side of it, but it would still be a good watch for her on Patreon.
Yeah, I did talk about our Italy trip and like what we did, some of the logistics on the Patreon. I think that would be informational for you to watch too. But Rose, I feel like you are such a traveler. Like, do you have any tips that you always do, like no matter where you're going?
No matter where I'm going, I always make a packing list, like a checklist on my notes on my phone, you know, where you can hit the check mark.
That's the best. I always make the bullet points.
It's the best. Okay. I've got to get it together. I keep hitting this dang microphone. I don't have spatial awareness, I guess, today. But really, other than that, as much as I'm type A, I'm not like the most type A packer. Like I really leave it to the last minute. Riley, I probably like irons her stuff and like sprays it with like linen spray before it goes in.
I did iron my stuff for Italy, but it got wrinkled anyways.
So you really hit the nail on the head. Like that's really impressive that you planned it that methodically, but I feel like you have to.
Yeah. Like, I don't know oh gosh, it makes my head hurt. Like thinking if we just threw clothes in.
Yeah. I'm such an overpacker that I'm going to have to use your advice if I ever go overseas, because I'm usually like, oh, I'll throw in a couple extra.
Yeah. No, it's so hard not to overpack.
Yeah.
But when you don't have room, it's like you literally can't. Okay. Next one. Hi, girls. I need your advice. I just found out I'm having a baby girl. Yay. I have always loved a certain name, but one of my husband's friends and his wife used it 4 years ago for their daughter. I'm friends with the wife, but we aren't best friends by any means. But we get our kids together maybe a few times a year, and I would invite them to our other kids' birthday parties, etc. My husband and the friend aren't that close anymore, but I am still friends with her, meaning we go on walks and do stuff. My question is, can I still use the name, or is it weird since we are friends with them? The girls will be 4 years apart, so not in school together. Please help. If I do decide to do it, do I ask her first? Thanks. I don't know what to say.
This is really hard.
Like, if you guys weren't close, I would say 100%.
Yeah.
And like, not that, like you said, you're not that close, but seeing her for walks and stuff, that's kind of close.
Yeah, that's where at first I was like, oh, well, they're not that close. Like, there's people I know that, like, if they had the same name as my kids, I'd be like, oh, like, it's fine. But, like,
yeah,
it'd be, like, kind of weird if you're really close. But then at the same time, like, I think it's worse that they live in the same town. Like, it would be even better if they weren't in the same town, like a long distance friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like if you like really love this name, like, don't settle for a name that you don't love as much, but I would maybe bring it up to her. You know, she's going to go back to her husband and be like, guess what they're naming? But I mean, you can't, I don't know. It's so not like your best friends.
Because it's like you're naming your child. Like, if that's truly the name you want for your child, like, you have no clue if you're going to be friends with these people forever. Like,
right.
If you really, really like want it to be that way, like, it's not like you have to ask for permission, but more so like just have the conversation. So she's not like, oh, like, you announced the baby and like it's the same name as my daughter. Like, that would warrant her to be like, what the F?
Exactly. I think like not asking her, more so like telling her in not a bratty way, just like being like, I just wanted to let you know before you saw it, like on the announcement. I know you'll say it in like a great way, but I do think letting her know is probably appropriate.
Yes. Tough. Keep us
Please
updated.
let us know what you do.
I also want to know the name.
Yes, tell us the name. We need to know what you end up doing. You can't go wrong. Like, at the end of the day, like, there are far worse things. Like, this will be fine.
100%.
Okay, next one. Hi, girls. Love the pod and needed to share my experience with the Do Crew so they can be informed. My husband and I had our second baby in March. He was a bit of a surprise, so I decided to be a little more responsible and get an IUD for birth control. I didn't really read up on it. I just talked to my doctor and decided this is the best decision for me. It was the worst experience of my life. Getting the IUD put in hurt more than childbirth. It was insane. I almost passed out from the pain and was so embarrassed. I bled for days and had horrible cramping. A week after it was placed, I started having side pain that was getting worse and worse. Finally, my husband forced me to go to the ER because he thought my appendix was bursting. Nope, the IUD migrated through my uterus and was hanging out my lower abdomen. I'm heading for emergency surgery as I type this to you girls. Love the pod. Can't wait to listen to it tomorrow in recovery. I'm speechless.
Okay, but like the commitment to write into Do Crew to tell us.
No, like, we love you so much. We're thinking of you. If you're in recovery right now, we are sending you the biggest hugs and kisses. And like, I'm shook right now.
I'm baffled.
I obviously am not a doctor and I am not giving anyone medical advice, but I've just heard a lot of stories similar to this one with the IUD.
I have heard a lot of horror stories and just painful stories.
Yeah, and painful stories where the doctors aren't warning you that it's going to be painful.
But like, her pain was because it was freaking in her stomach.
No, that's insane. And I hope that it didn't do any damage to like any organs in there. Like, they should, I wonder if it's the doctor's fault, like the way it was placed. Like, why did this happen? I would be so frustrated.
I would think so, right? Improper. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much for telling us. I hope that you are recovering and I hope you're feeling better. And maybe we just like pull and pray.
Yeah, I think that would be the better option than this. Like, this sounds so painful. Thank you for looking out for the Do Crew. I told you, we have the best girls. We have such a good group. We're looking out for each other.
Like, why am I just imagining her being like rolled on a hospital bed writing it? And I got to tell the Do Crew, like, that is
No.
the commitment.
Whenever I read this, I was like picturing her in the hospital, like heading into surgery, typing on the
No,
girls' room.
seriously. I'm like with her like heads, like a scrub on and everything. Like, no, like before her husband's like, you need to give me your phone. She's like, no, let me just finish this submission.
Hold on, I have something important to report.
What a sweet girl. I'm so sad for you though, but I'm happy that hopefully you're on the other side and that you're like totally a girl's girl, like doing the Lord's work for us.
No, you're literally doing the Lord's work. If anyone was thinking about getting an IUD, like, they will now do more research and make the decision that is best for them. Like, sometimes I just like, I don't know. I feel like we need to be looking at all cylinders for these types of things. And like, I believe everything I hear. Like, if a doctor tells me to do something, I'm doing it. But as I get older, I'm learning, like, I can advocate for myself if I'm like, if I need more clarification or have questions. Like, it's just crazy. You learn these things as you grow up, I feel like.
I 100% agree. And also, like, to her point, like, you know your body best. Like, she knew something wasn't wrong or right.
Yeah, something was off. Thank goodness your sweet husband like made you go to the ER and get checked, because that's insane. Send us an update and let us know if we can like share it. I'm sure the whole entire Do Crew will be thinking of you and wondering like, how is recovery? We are sure thinking of you. Gosh, I can't believe this.
I really can't. Like, I need to know more details of when you submitted this.
Yeah, like, where were you when you submitted this?
Heading in for emergency surgery as I type this. Like, that is literally like gurney, like on the bed.
Yeah, this is nuts.
Wow. Thank you. Wow.
Well, I think that concludes our happy hour. Thank you guys for spending this time with us. We hope you enjoyed this episode. I feel like I had so much fun, like, bragging on my friends. As always, feel free to like, subscribe, share this podcast with your friends and fam. As a reminder, we are off next week and we will miss you.
We will miss you. So I'm going to leave us with a cheers to just like being a good friend and always following up with this episode. If you just need a reminder of the qualities that clearly are a crowd favorite of what it means to be a good friend. And we won't see you same time, same place next week, but I still have to close this out with that. So we will see you in 2 weeks, same time, same place. That didn't go as well, but we love you guys and have the best 4th of July and holiday weekend, like next weekend, because we're not going to see them to tell them, right, Rye?
Yeah, we got to wrap it up. We're rambling.
That was the longest outro ever. Okay, we love you guys.
Bye.